heads up of, yeah, we were playing float tank the other day. He showed me pictures, but I just think it'd be better if we got all lined up the same time. The new screen. And
We don't have to replace it for 3 years.
he says he still has, he says he has $6,000 still in his repair budget for this year. Then, you know, you could use that up because in the repairs, if it would come up, we could do next month out of it. So yeah, I told him I was being more due over here. I don't know how much Jackie works and how long.
Oh, well, that's just it, it doesn't last forever.
Well, and you're gonna have your vehicles, I mean, we had,
Sidewalks, once.
but I did my mom's driveway, but,
They can talk to the space of
you know, we're talking sand and water. So,
There's no guarantee in that figure new, you can
No.
you can tie it into the
Well-
building.
and as long as they can tie that all in together, I mean, it'll get a better pour and everything anyway.
Right. Show them what's cracking, shifting.
They can tie it all together.
Okay, so anyway, I don't know if he's gonna come in next week, but it'll be under, because of the other for next week. So, you're on break somewhere.
I heard she's been out sick a lot this week.
Yeah.
She didn't have to deal with it. So,
I went to, I didn't go to, was,
yeah.
I think I used to actually go to the HACAP meeting yesterday afternoon. They're doing surprisingly well in finances. Their corporate individual contributions are actually way up. They dispersed, it's unbelievable to me, a record amount of food at one time through all, in 1 month for all their pantries and stuff, 1.3 million pounds of food. I can't imagine how much that is. And they're way up. Overall, since the COVID-19, they're up 64% on their food distribution. They're getting lots of contributions from IAB, financial contributions, everything. The stats per county are interesting. Johnson County didn't change in the month of April. Iowa County was only up 8%. I've gone to some of those. There's more people, but not tons. Cedar County is up 66%. Washington County, where they've had quite a few problems, is 79%. And you mentioned CARES. I think they just got a $1.4 million grant from the U.S. Department of Health too, so a lot of that money is coming in. Basically, I think that was the main thing. They're just supporting all their distribution centers and everything the way they can, but the money, they did get cut 8% by United Way, but it really doesn't seem to matter with all the other contributions. So they're just working overtime to get food out, to distribute it, anybody that needs it. So that's it.
And we did deliver some through transportation.
Yeah, they've done some emergency deliveries too.
And I think that's something Aaron else could
Yeah,
probably keep doing in the future is that and,
it wasn't this time, but I saw Aaron a couple times ago on one of the Williamsburg food, mobile food packages, and they were taking food.
He's gonna be like somebody who could use that.
Yeah, it's quite a line every time you go anywhere. Some of the counties are higher increases than we are.
Rob did say that transportation's starting to pick up in each county a little bit, doctor's appointments are opening up and dentists.
People are starting to go back to work or something. So,
Which is, you know, bad for those buses because all those people are, you know, in the, sensitive, sensitive area
Yeah.
of age and health. That's why they're on the bus.
Aaron puts a lot of work into this, and I think.
We'll sell somebody driving this year, then ask how it goes.
Yeah, I met one this morning. Yeah, I don't think they even had anybody on the table. They're messing with those on, so.
they reopened the transit system in Iowa City, but I don't know if they haven't seen records yet. That was shut down.
They have-
3 buses were still.
Well, they opened it for a little bit, and then they shut it back down.
Really?
Right.
It's still closed.
They went to see what water go gas and put them
Yeah.
The water remains that way, the black people.
You probably won't know, 150% capacity to be in the stadium.
That's all,
I can't.
that's all they've ever had anyway. 50%.
No, I mean, obviously, I grew up, they'll be writing if they can't get in.
They're gonna have to sell some extra tickets.
You know, I mean, there's some diehard, I mean, nothing against it, I love it, we love the passion.
Well, yeah, they've got more, I mean, they got more season tickets than 50%.
What is it, it's like $79 or something?
Down to 71.
Actually, it's
You want some?
That kind of down.
the difference.
Well, because there's really nice boxes.
It used to be like 79?
It used to be 76. Yeah, I think that is okay.
What, you know that? But people are like, take out.
I heard from someone this week that the schools, they'll have to have a plan for remote learning to start the year. Oh, wow.
Yeah, and we had it, we're done.
Once we can get, remote rural. Why is the problem?
Once they reopen, if they get one case, they're closed.
One case.
In school, the school will be closed for a certain amount of time.
Yeah, because it, and limiting the people on the bus, that's easy, because I mean, usually most of us is like 8 people on. Maybe that's right.
I hope we can start school.
I had mental health yesterday. That is not a work that you can do with Zoom.
Did they get bombed again?
No, we had 182 pages in our agenda, so.
What?
You're serious?
Yeah, because we were doing some contracts and we were doing, some stuff at the state, so,
Nice.
no, because they can't find it. Marilyn called Lucia and she called Deb and they can't find it, and so we're working on it. It got approved way back when, but they just need to have it so that I can put it through on the claims, which I tried to do last week.
And then
So-
edit this on something.
Well, they have all we've got is that, I mean, I have the paperwork from the on it, so it's good and it's approved, we just gotta find it in the minutes, so. When it was, because it was quite some time ago. And yeah, so we're redoing the 2080 agreement because of the children's mental health language. And so, yeah, and because of the voting, because when it comes down to people trying to vote on, because they've added board members to us, and we are adamant about not letting them vote on tax dollars. And we're not the only board that way.
Oh, so you're gonna allow board for the children's? That was a big question.
Yeah, but
Is
we're
there
not gonna
not like-
allow them to vote for
Okay, so you can have.
the
board
levies,
members
yes,
for
we
it,
can't, because there's no,
No, no.
they can't be in charge of tax
So
dollars.
only elected officials.
Right,
See, that's the way disaster services is, the Indians do budget,
right.
use the state law, that has to be done by elected officials. You can have, you could appoint a representative for anything else, but anytime it's budget stuff, it's have to be elected officials.
Yeah, and so, you know, there's contention on how we go about it, but I mean, what are they gonna do, not give us money? Okay, they're not giving us any money for it right now, so,
Yeah.
because DHS keeps mandating all these things and, we're a pretty big region, so. The other, 2 other regions are doing the same thing. And then the other thing that they're working on is we don't want the non-voting members to be all from one county. So if you're getting,
What kind of mess
Sounds
is
big.
that?
Are they now?
no, well, no, we don't have them yet.
You don't worry about Iowa County how long?
I am, I mean, I'm fine with that. We are not the county that we're worried about. So, that's gonna be in there in the language too. And so we don't want somebody trying to, and we don't wanna weigh the average for anything either, so,
Those are awesome.
yes. The good news is,
You can vote all you want to, but we have way more to do.
we've had a couple of times keep emphasizing that, but the good news is he was over Zoom meetings yesterday, so he really just didn't participate. He just kind of sat back. So it was helpful, but it was 2 hours and 40-some minute meeting.
So I assume with our region, if you did weighted voting, we would have one vote.
Yeah,
And that's the
so
way,
we're not gonna do it.
that's the
That
way
would never happen. So we would break off before we did that.
the correctional services thing is, it can be weighted, but Iowa County has one vote for the list.
Yeah.
Where Lynn County has.
Yeah, Marilyn, I think she, that little hostile in the prior meeting when they referred to us as small counties and she She does not like that term. So. Because they try, a couple other counties try to minimize everybody else by, referencing and so. And the new strategy, next thing you know, they'll call you short. Whoa!
It's a good thing we have, it's a good thing we have.
Yes. Yeah, we're-
That's the money flows in for,
Yes.
most definitely.
It is.
Good morning.
She did ask me about. Either.
Yeah.
Fix that.
Missed the week.
Finally, probably just wanted to show me this. Because she used to take care of all the plants and everything out there, and it's kind of like a weed patch, and she's at the first. For the neighborhood, so. Yeah, other than that, we'll get our funding for next time, hopefully that we will, it's just a matter of how. And hopefully we'll meet in person next time, because that's just,
Yeah.
It's a nightmare.
yeah, 9 supervisors. Then we had presentations, and one of the new things they're trying to do is give the mental health statement. And so the new word is gonna be brain health. So nice, you might qualify.
We were just discussing before you got here that, retardation was part of it just a few years ago. That was,
There's a whole bunch of comments in here about this.
Yeah,
and
that's
that's
what, yeah.
what it was.
So we had a 15-minute presentation yesterday by 2 ladies. It was a good presentation.
Mental health is offensive now.
Yeah, well, it's a statement, and so
Brain health.
Brain health.
brain health will be the new,
Mental health.
because it's actually a condition that.
Yes, I think mental health sounds better.
Brain health.
Little bit brain health makes you think what they get.
That's why you guys aren't on the board.
You got a Cooper.
And we're going.
We don't want to be.
I don't think that's gonna catch on.
So. Anyway, that's all I got, so Nicholas,
Good morning,
how are we doing today?
good. Well, we have, prepping for snow.
Awesome.
We can't get 80 degrees, but it's.
So you're pretty sure we're done with this year's?
But you still kind of cold there.
So we did our letting as part of the DOT. And, our bid for next year came back at $75.08. We asked for 1,600 tons to be delivered. We have to buy at least 80% of that, no more than 110 we have to provide, so.
So this is off the DOT bid.
Yeah. Compass Minerals, is that what I, 75, or last year was 79.79.
Really, right?
I don't know, either
The
I didn't
river
look.
somewhere,
Davenport or Kansas City.
doesn't matter. We always get it from commercial fertilizer or something.
Sometimes, and yeah, then we started doing with the DOT, if we have to get extra, sometimes we'll go through Merchman.
I move to approve, salt bid
Second.
for $75.08 a ton.
It's been moved and seconded to accept the salt bid from Compass Minerals for $75.08. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Motion carries.
And I believe it is Compass, right? That's what I did.
That's what you have on the
Yeah,
agenda.
that one.
Compass Minerals at 1,600 tons.
The bridge on 225th, they're still going. I've not been out there in a couple of days, but
You know, we're gonna, I go out like once a week. We'd like to figure out how they do that, they're trying to put the decking in there, I guess. They put the I-beams underneath. And then they lay the wood floors on top of that.
all that you see will be removed.
Right, then what do they do, just drop it on the curb and then dig it back out?
The wood,
I mean, the I-beam and all that comes out.
well, the I-beam you pull out, and then the wood piling, I think they just cut it off.
They said they grab those and snap those off.
Right. cut, snap, yeah. So, yeah, the weather this week, people were kind of charged half days, if any days.
Well, there for a while, I had sunshine for 2 hours, and rain for 5 hours.
Not rain, deluge.
We had all of our weather in the week.
We'll start the Keswick Road, tomorrow, I guess. Kind of got pushed back, so. Yep, Rock and Roller is supposed to go down tomorrow. I'm assuming that they're gonna work, so. The road closed signs will be up over the weekend. Well, as soon as they start in the morning, we'll pull them out on the road. Our guys on the field running the total patcher a couple days.
Are we still happy with that?
Yeah, I believe so. I mean, I think right now the lines kind of got a little clogged, probably because we didn't. I don't want to say that we didn't clean it out properly or empty it properly. I mean, it's just part of the learning curve. I think next time we decided that when we get down to the last 40 or 50 gallon, we're just gonna go find guardrails and spray it underneath it so that we don't keep it in there and really run it. Or, yeah, and
You put
really
a thinner through it or anything?
diesel. Yeah,
The product, happy with what it,
so far I am. I mean, I went over to the Amana where they have that airport. That's still rough, obviously, but, that worked out perfect, to be quite honest. Like you can kind of tell where we did it, so, I'm happy with it, yes. A lot of spot rock and grading. We did the fairgrounds, we got that road done. I didn't monitor it, I just saw on GPS, it'd be through there.
Should have spent a little more time there.
Yeah, go back and do it again.
And then north south is, looks pretty good. Go straight through, then you turn to go like to 25, that section is pretty rough.
I'm doing that. I like it.
That way it gets smoothed out before they oil
Some driveway culverts and ditching too. As far as the office goes, yeah, some of the project inspections and paperwork that go along with that. I did meet with, an engineering firm down there on Squirrel Bridge with the university funding and stuff. So, they're looking for big ticket items. So they're gonna move forward with doing some sort of, preliminary engineering so that when we have a small flood, the water does not go over the road there. It's Squirrel.
So it doesn't go over?
Right.
You can put Sprite there, or
No, Craig wasn't there, it was just the engineer, Steve.
Did you ever figure out a way to fix it so the shoulders don't go out like they, is
Well, that
that part of this or not?
well, it's possible to, probably pave shoulders. I'm gonna see what they come back with as part of their,
Because that was what they probably gotta replace it all the time.
yeah, and we do wanna pave them at some point, whether or not we get some more funding to do that. So I think they came up with like 8 solutions, and then I think they narrowed it down to focus on one, which will be raising the road through there, possibly putting in a different culvert. So,
Raising the road?
it's a designed overflow point.
That's what I thought that was part of the deal, so you don't lose the bridge.
are they gonna raise everything else and make a low spot? You gonna make a weir out of it, or?
We are gonna let them do a little bit more preliminary talking and design before I jump in.
The reservoir.
So, well, yeah, but the reservoir, the guy would get paid for
Yeah.
land on the
Right.
stream side.
And plus you can make a concentrated flood area instead of the whole
If you own the mile, you don't want to be that guy.
awesome.
We're gonna let them do a little bit more before we jump in.
Just a study right now.
Right.
Relax.
All the funding for that comes through the University of Iowa somehow.
No, well, I don't even know where it is currently coming from.
For the watershed.
Yeah, it's part of the water.
Well,
Or the watershed.
Well, it's part of the flood center, actually. It depends on how they do it.
right, I'm not quite sure. There's like, cause there's 3 different funding sources, I'm not sure which one they picked for this one, to be quite honest. All I know is I'm not paying 50,000, so.
Right.
And if you ever wanna go into business, you wanna go to business of doing studies,
Right.
seems to be a,
That's right.
pay a lot for just throwing out ideas in the brochure. I did get this quote from Helen to fix the spot up in Waldenburg.
Okay,
They sent that,
better than call me back, but,
$2,500.
okay.
Do you want it?
Yeah, because I gotta call her back.
It's not really too bad from back in.
No, I-
July.
Yeah, that's
just.
That, my opinion on that would just be to, you can get the homeowner paid if you want, you can get Brian paid if you, whatever. I think that you wait maybe just a bit till it warms up and see how that seal coat
yeah, well,
handles
Brian,
it.
he rolled it out after he got done, and he called me and said that,
But it looks a little bit better, it's still not probably up to 100%.
Right.
so- But I think the rest of that, like, before we, I mean, if you get them to pay and you wanna fix it, fix it. But I think we can also throw that aside, wait just a bit, let the heat do its thing, if we gotta run a total, pets are out there.
that's fine, yeah,
So, I will not do anything with that. But I, as far as like our, if I were you, I would not jump into it.
Yeah. But she just wanted a price, so she had something to deal with.
Yeah, yeah.
And so,
Okay, the first windmill will be up by Monday. So
really,
that'll be the one, just north of the interstate, just east of the Ladora exit. T42 or something like that, that's where the crane is right now. Most of the pieces are there. So. And then along with that, they're gonna do the crane walk across H Avenue Tuesday. So a section of H Avenue just south of the Lake Road will be closed off for 4 or 5 hours on Tuesday. Our concrete patching is done on H Avenue, so that won't affect us. They have their own sign crew, they'll notify the sheriff's office. And, I told them just to shoot for after the morning rush hour.
Yeah.
Which on H Avenue is not too rushy, but we'll wait and be polite till after everyone goes to work.
Sure.
Along with all that stuff, super load number 2 comes through somewhere June 5th or 6th is the plan right now.
You got out of the backlog now?
Yep, it's up here or on its way or something. So they're gonna leave, Washington on the 4th and hopefully be through. They're still working out their route a little, they might take a different route in Washington County, but yeah, I'm not sure, what, I haven't got any details, but somewhere between the 5th and the 6th for us. I'm still trying to work out whether or not we'll provide the signs again or not. We might be using ours for D Avenue, but also if we do provide signs, you know, we get paid.
Yeah.
We got reimbursed $2,000-3,000 for last time.
Yeah.
So. The T-TAC meeting we had on Tuesday via Skype. Kevin, you are now the secretary? No. Matt
was the meeting before, I thought.
Matt wasn't there, Matt didn't log in for that meeting either, so he is the secretary.
Did you really?
Yeah, I doubted
Yeah, never miss a meeting.
it.
Review appointments go on.
So we did get the preliminary approval for the 1.1 million for H Avenue for not next summer, but the following summer. So,
It'll be like asphalt holes on it.
yeah, probably for, from the interstate down to 240th. It's only 1.1 million, so we can only get 2.5, 3 miles in. Because that road is so bad, you're not just doing a simple 2 inches over. So, yeah, down to 240, 2.5 miles. So that is, that's no more, that is set in schedule. That road's gotta last us two years. And then on that meeting too, don't even know if I should really bring it up because it's a small, slim chance, right? In 2008, 2009, the government handed out stimulus money for shovel-ready projects. Their gossip, let's call it that, there's gossip that, that may happen again. Right? So I don't want to get anybody's hopes up that is coming, I respect everybody, because don't count on it. Chances are low. But if it does happen, shovel-ready project means we go. The letting is in 2 months, 3 months. They want to stimulate that economy now. So just to be prepared, we are starting to make sheets for, we haven't done any, engineering behind it, but we're making sheets. I don't know what all their rules are for that, whether or not it's gonna be a current project that's on the 5-year plan, or I have no idea how much money or anything like that. So I'm not even gonna tell you which section currently we would be prepping for, or what we just
need to be ready.
just need to be ready. So we are taking the current steps to do we don't want to miss out on any money. So even though that's right now getting sheets set up, 5 days worth of work, that's 5 days worth of work that we are ahead, that we can receive out.
And
So,
there will be infrastructure money. Because that's one thing that they'll agree on, and they want in our city.
which means there could be, hey, shovel ready, that means contracts, that means a letting in 3 months.
Right.
Means we have to have it, DOT's still gonna want their month, bam, you got 2 months.
Right.
Probably has to be on a major collector, whether or not they tell us how much money, and if it's in the has to be in the 5-year plan. We will be prepared.
There's no need to have like, I've got a $1 million project, a $2 million project. You have to,
So the one,
okay, scenarios you have to be ready for.
well,
Mostly they're just gonna pave my road again.
So you wish.
if it's not a lot of money, we'll probably just grind F-67, because that qualifies. And we use local money for that mostly, we have been, so
So they would be thrilled.
it'd be good to save local money at this point in time.
Yeah.
If it ends up being more, we'll probably start on like B-36. And if it's a lot more, we just add miles.
Okay.
We just start adding miles, because it all needs to be done.
So all this money would be coming from the federal government then?
Well, That's, nobody knows. It's a federal, I don't know. It'd be a federal thing that they would give to the state, probably, but who knows? There's 4 different ways that they can do that. It's STP, you still adhere by all the federal, or whether they just swap. Nobody knows. So, my only details are just saying, we will be ready. We will get our greedy little mitts on all the money we can. So.
Nothing wrong with bakery.
Okay, we had talked about this earlier this spring. There's that, sitting zone over in Manamana. What do you call that? They got a bench with the vine overhang.
It's like a bus
Bus stop.
bus.
Yeah. So That was part of the project 17 years ago.
That had to be added to get the cat grants for it.
Is that what?
Yeah.
By the way, zone one, we only take care of those bridges for 20 years. It's the contract, next year is year 20, so. If you wanna put it on, if you wanna continue, we'll put it on anyway, we'll talk about that one. But, so it was part of the grant, it is within the right of way, but that goes against our normal, goes against the normal procedure of everything behind the sidewalk. They handle everything in front, we handle. The Amana people they said that he's got agreements, not DOT agreements, but he thought he had agreements between the county and the society about who would handle what. Because I can't find anything on who takes care of fence. You know, it's part of the project, but I don't have any paperwork on who takes care of that. I have not heard that, but they did
As far as
offer,
maintaining the fence.
yes, those wooden fences.
Yeah.
It's usually been the landowners,
Sure.
but it was part of the project. The current rule of thumb is sidewalk behind
It's yours.
is theirs. Yeah, sidewalk in front is ours.
Yeah, that stuff had to be added as part of the project to get the money. We had money come from a lot of sources for that.
Right.
And
Yeah.
we had to do those enhancements. But I don't know that there was an agreement that we maintain the fences or anything.
Well, you have the agreement where we maintain the bridges,
Well, I know, not with Amana.
not with Amana,
We have the agreement with the DOT
to maintain.
that says that in order to get this money, whoever receives it will maintain all of it for 20 years. You can't rip it out or sell the fence or sell a bridge. Fair enough.
Yeah,
So anyway, Amana, they said, you pay for the materials, we'll build it. It's behind the sidewalk. But, I mean, I'm open to anything. He never did get back to me, so.
how many bridges did you replace last year?
Oh, the bridges, we go through a lot of bridges.
Right.
This is just the bus stop that car took out. Somebody had a good old time and jumped the curb, jumped the sidewalk, hit the bus stop, got out, backed up, hit the bus stop again.
Happens in nice buildings downtown too that are brick.
Usually,
That's what I've heard.
they didn't back up and hit it again.
Well, the car, get in the rear before they get to the building. So,
Would you like to split it with him or wait to hear back? He might have already found,
It'd be like a road runner, wouldn't it? Right? Out of our road, title, we don't pay for it.
this is the right of way.
But I mean, the sidewalk is usually the dividing line.
what do you have an estimate? I mean,
For the wood? No. Yes, $1,000, $1,200.
I see. I don't have a problem with it, but it expires in the 20.
That was phase one, so that's the road that goes down to, the brewery. This was 3 years later. So this, this main street's gonna be, after that, we can start selling bridges.
Yeah, it was in 2 phases.
So I can I think it's a great enough area, or whatever this bus stop is, that all we have to do is fork over money and not build it.
Yeah.
To be fair enough. You want me to let him know that?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's my opinion, I mean,
And I will also try to get that street sweeper over there too. I haven't done that yet. Okay, I don't know if you guys have seen the email. I would like to make a little amendment to my budget. about 300,000 total. I don't think that we are going to spend it, but we are gonna be really close right now on, my current budget.
Is that good, Michelle? She's the treasurer that hasn't gotten any money.
Well, we got 700,000 to pay the taxes that are still unpaid yet.
Personally, or the?
Personally.
What do you want?
If we're not amending our budget for that much.
Well, the governor just got done, extending it again.
We're not gonna have, not until June 25th, and people have to pay their
And there
taxes.
won't be a tax.
So we've got $700,000 out,
Well, the good news is,
and I have a feeling September will be nice also.
the good news is most of this money that I wanna spend, I'm also receiving in the form of checks, reimbursement.
So you have coming in and going out.
Yes,
Whatever doesn't match his salary, we can just take it out.
There's a buffer there.
Say no, I just want to make sure that.
Fine with that.
so, I mean, we got our FEMA money in yesterday, at least part of it, we got $250,000. So, let's use that.
Okay.
No, part of this is, like the PCC patching.
Yeah.
We added an extra, 40,000. And, I believe the window company's already sent us a check for some of it, and we're going over the other 20,000. I believe, it sounds like we're gonna get it, so, I don't plan to be over, but, so, and actually our account, whether or not the money, our account is looking very good for the end of the year.
Okay.
So, but that's a good thing, because we have no idea what is coming in next year,
Right.
none.
Yeah.
So, so the fact that our account is looking good is, it's a good thing we've been safe. Put it that way, and we can always spend money in a heartbeat anyway, so. But the thing with those amendments is the DOT, if you do say that you're gonna do this, the DOT deadline for me to change my budget is, Monday.
Sweet.
So,
Change it.
change it?
Yeah.
Okay. We're still on to release the embargoes June 11th-ish. I think it's actually like June 13th, but do we wanna move that up? June 13th is like 90 days. Do you wanna move it up like a week or two, or next week, or, I mean, we're down to the final couple.
What? It's your call.
Yeah,
We can put it on the agenda for next week.
yeah, let's put it on the agenda, and then you can set a date, whether or not you wanna do it instantly, or you wanna set it for a week later.
Okay.
But let's have that on the agenda.
That way we see if weather does between now and then.
Exactly,
If it warms up and it.
You can say the weather, but there's a long situation.
I know.
The weather looks great for next week.
Yeah, so if it dries up next week would be you can either decide, essentially you can do it then or a week later.
Right.
And if it stays dry, I don't see any reason. In Johnson County, I don't think did most of their roads this year. So we've had some calls with people wanting to move forward with construction, so. Well, let's also set a date to open up the box culvert bids for Y Avenue. Being that we took those bids a couple of weeks ago for the Iowa Power Sheet line, the one bid came back, we looked, it's a longer culvert, 45 degrees too, so that bid was actually really good. We were really happy with that bid. But we did have Hancock say that because of the virus, they're pushing the, longer lead time. So if we set to open those bids June 19th, we could give them up to like a 12-week lead time. No push nobody, hope for better prices.
Okay.
So,
What's that, Strickland's?
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so I will, because I'm gonna post that then on the DOT local lighting site Monday, so bids will be due the 18th, we'll open them the 19th. And, we met with somebody to purchase some new survey equipment. I won't purchase it till next fiscal year, but, it's the GPS. He quoted us for 2 different options. One of them is 18,000, one's 32. I figured we go for the 18,000. Our current data collector, one won't even connect with, the current Microsoft. You'd have to update the handheld device. 2 is 30 years old.
Well, that'd be a lot easier if you can fly on site.
So GPS would be a heck of a lot easier. The current one gives us so much problems for 15 grand, or 18 grand. So we only had the one bid kind of from a Trimble salesman. I think it's Trimble. Do you want or need more, or he did quote us 2 different for 18,000, I think it's, he's local enough and having enough relationship with them, he would definitely take care of us if we have questions.
You can service everything and
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he's worked with MMS, knows that pretty good too, like, he came down and not far, I think it would be good to go through him. So if that is something, I don't know if you wanna, vote on that at any time, or whether or not I just tell them that we'll take the cheaper one, we'll pay for it, or, have it here by July 1.
is there a service agreement or whatever?
Yeah, there's so it comes with the GPS head, it comes with the rod, it comes with the bipod, it comes with the collector, and then the collector, and then it comes with, I don't know if it comes with software, like, it comes with something.
Yes, something.
Right. But a lot of it is mixed in with Microsoft and Google, that it is. See, I'm not sure if you just upload the data points to the cloud and then you can pull that in through AutoCAD, and AutoCAD is your software. If there's a middle software, that's why I'm not quite, but then there are service agreements that, for $150 a year, you make sure that you get the latest software in the collector, and he'll take care of us, so.
Okay.
For $150, it's worth calling somebody that knows what the heck they're doing. So I'll let him know that we'll take it after the new fiscal year.
So you're not gonna vote on it?
We can wait next week too. No, we can wait, I got plenty of time.
Let's vote on it next week.
Next week.
Okay.
Get some more information so you know all that.
Yeah, I got it, it's in the office.
So if you're, the service agreement, what you're getting, and you get software, whether you need software yet.
Yeah, it's all on there, the software is included in that price. So is the bipod and the rod.
Have a weekend.
Doug, is this what you're talking about, opening up or whatever?
Yeah.
I don't know what the angry mom's here for. Whoa.
I was like, be sure you're uncomfortable. Great one, sorry.
I knew it wasn't me.
Sorry, Sharice.
It's Friday. All right, so let's talk about opening.
How's it going?
Say, I don't know,
How's it going so far?
any troubles, itches?
What do you wanna change, or what do you think should change?
For the Veterans Affairs was good. I talked to every adjacent county, surrounding our county, most of which are not reopening doors. So my concern, and I addressed this with my commission, is I've already received phone calls from veterans also in every adjacent county, with the exception of Keokuk, that have wanted to know if we're open for business. So we're still gonna take the opportunity to be by appointment only at this point.
Well, that's safer with the at-risk people that you have in your scenario anyway.
And you could recommend they come to the south entrance to limit exposure. Because I don't think it's really highly traveled or.
Yeah, the entrance isn't the problem, it's the fact that, I mean, it's a revolving door with people coming in, you
But I
know?
mean, they could go that way, most everybody's gonna go to the front.
Yeah, no, absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, but for the time being, again, we're gonna do appointments, and I'll make sure people know, hey, meeting the last week, I said, we are opening up for appointments, just what time would you like to come in? A lot of people are very reluctant to actually schedule times for whatever reason. So I've been trying to be very pointed, like, no, 2 o'clock, so that way I know to let you in. Yeah.
Perfect. Next.
I have board review next week, so that'll be, I have a couple people that will be attending that and my board members. Other than that, we don't have a lot of appointments going on right now. I mean, we're still doing pretty much everything. We are in the field. We're not inspecting properties in the house. Probably won't go in then until September is what I'm thinking, because we don't really need to at this point. We can wait a little bit on that, but we are doing our inspections on the exterior right now.
Do you have concerns with your board review members or any of them?
So they have the option to join the meeting via Zoom. So I have a couple of them that are, well, on the first organizational meeting, they chose to not attend the meeting, so they could attend it via Zoom. And so, and then everyone has the opportunity to do their, typically in the past, they could not protest an oral. They had to do it in person, but they can do it by phone this year, so.
Okay, what is it, is it next week? When are we starting?
June 9th, yep. Yeah. So.
Thing one or thing two?
Mine's been the same, I'm still meeting contractors, and I'm gonna open up water tests in-house next week, so I have quite the list to get done, so.
Do you have gear or do you want gear
I have gloves, good.
or you good with everything else?
Taking appointments, passports, votes, you name it, wanna come in, it's no problem.
You got all the protective gear that you're worried about?
Oh, yeah. The guards are up and we use hand sanitizer, abstractors, surveys are coming in. So they just use it both before and after and stand 6 feet apart and it's no problem.
So they changed the driver's license thing again.
Everything got, everything got pushed back to June 25th.
But now, if I understand the driver's license thing, their time frame resumes at that day, then everything doesn't expire, is that right?
So it's like the last proclamation. On the 26th, if you expired, if your 60 days expired during that time frame, then the 26th, you will no longer have driving
Because
privileges.
I read it being that the time didn't count in 26th, your time resumed. But that's what the new proclamation said.
You mean you get 60 days starting from then?
You get whatever's left of your 60 days from, or you get 60 days if it expired. This was my interpretation of it. You got 60 days if it expired during the time. If it expired before the time started, and say you had 30 days done, you've got 30 more days, and it resumes.
On the 26th?
But maybe that's not right.
That, we haven't been told that, but I didn't read the proclamation, you know, I'm dealing more with tax sale stuff.
Right, but
right
it did
now,
address that, so that's was my understanding, but yeah, I'm sure you'll get guidance from the state.
Yeah, and we haven't gotten any,
But
I was just assuming that it just got pushed back and it'd be exactly the same. Marcia's had full days pretty much every day. She tries to leave 2 spots open for, like, we had someone call and say, hey, I expired in the year before. They looked at their license, they thought it was this year, it was the year before. So it's like, we have one spot left for you, if this is when we can get you in, kind of thing like that. But yeah, Marcia's been busy over there. Motor vehicles, same way. If they're out front and we don't have a customer, we let them come in, we go down and let them in and do their stuff. Or if they have everything, if it's just a renewal, we tell them to drop it off in the box out front and staying busy that way, so. And like I said, taxes, we still have a little over 700,000 out, so. And then, tax sale is just a mess, and I don't see us having a tax sale, so.
No. Then I think you're right on for September.
I think we're gonna, I think it'll be pushed back or something will be done, and yeah, I haven't heard anything about tax statements. I mean, I got something from mail services yesterday asking, when do I wanna plan on sending out tax statements, but it's like, I don't even know if we'll do that at a normal rate. I don't know, maybe we will.
I have one city that they have till June 15th to get their budget to us. They have fixed it until that, so obviously I'm not gonna have certified
Right.
rates.
Right, yeah. So I have a CD that just came up at Grinnell Bank. I'm not gonna put it back in, I'm gonna keep it out so that
I think that's why it's for right,
money.
that way.
I think all my all my CDs, none of them go. I just did one with, County Bank a month ago, and it was only for a year, so I think that's my furthest one out, so. So we'll have them coming up, I just won't redo them, so. But the rates at the bank right now are, people aren't making any money saving their tax payments, but unless they're getting better rates than what we're getting, so.
It's only about a percent, isn't it?
Some of them are under,
I know some are.
CDs, yeah, just a little over percent, but
Some of them are under.
yeah, savings or checking accounts are under like by 0.5,
Yeah.
so
It's really low.
if that.
Yeah, I think most people that don't pay their taxes save money, it's just on principle that they're not gonna need their money paid before they have to.
So, one of the banks just got taken over or bought out?
What's that?
Did one of the banks just get bought out?
Not that I know of.
Or that Victor did,
Oh, no, that was a long time ago.
so.
Keystone Savings Bank. That was after Mel died. In fact,
That's what I thought,
I think Victor State just got bought.
by Chelsea.
I don't know. They have enough,
Well, that's why I was curious, because they,
we don't.
okay. So, as far as opening on a permanent scale,
Doors unlocked on Monday for the courthouse.
well, I thought we were gonna soft open, right?
Right, just open it. That way we don't get stampeded.
How will we do that? Any suggestions?
Well, right now, everybody thinks it's by appointment only, right?
Yeah.
Not gonna advertise
They're
it,
not gonna catch that yet.
no.
Still telling
Like, do we start with opening the back door, then the handicap door, and then the front
If you crack the window on the far right.
door? Or some days, if you just go out the door, it stays popped open, so
Right.
that's a soft opening.
Are you still wanting it locked?
I want you guys to.
Yeah, I
that's
know,
what
we
you're
want
getting.
you to-
I don't know how things are gonna go, I don't know if nobody does.
If it's anything like the fines in my office from
Yeah.
late last week and this week, I hate to envision a stampede, but it's what it feels like. I'm seeing numbers right now for contacts we had pre-COVID, that's even people coming in. There's also veterans contacting from Cedar and Jasper and all the adjacent counties except for Keokuk, because he's in my office, so.
Sherry,
I say open the doors.
Okay.
And if it's too much,
we can always shut it back down.
shut my door and
Yeah.
say, not when you're here, appointment, whatever.
Oh.
That's my opinion.
I'm leaving the driver's license by appointment only.
Yeah.
Probably
You
here
gotta,
and
you gotta open it somewhere.
forever out. So
Yeah,
Say the last part again?
I'm
Forever.
leaving driver's license by appointment only here forever out.
because they don't, I mean, she's down to one computer. They took
I'm
her-
down to one computer, the state took
and
my
she's got
second
one-
computer.
One person home.
You can't get a motorcycle license yet, can you? How do you take the test?
You can come in and take the written, but you have to go, we don't ever do drives for motorcycles.
You can see your driver's permit online.
Mhm.
No cheating, no cheating.
You can renew online, you can get a 60-day extension, they're doing so many things for people online, and they're not gonna take any of that away, none of it. When this all is said and done, you will still be able to take your permit test online, the state is not gonna take it.
Phenomenal.
You can get your 16-year-old license online.
Really?
I lived
Yes,
in Georgia, if you couldn't read, they read the test for you. I
yes,
mean,
well, we do that too.
not sure you, driving it later, if you can't read a sign.
We give them like 3 tries, and if they can't, well, it's better now that we're on the computer, because they can put headsets on, but when it was a written test, they get 3 tries, and then if they would ask to have it read too, we would have to read it. But yeah, my part-time person is gonna be done in September.
Yeah.
And so I will be down, Char was my backup, Char's retired, last day is today, so I'm gonna be down. So if Marcia would wanna take a day off, Marcia would be sick, I mean, it would. So I just feel that if we do appointment only, it's, I think she can get just as many done as she would get done. And you're not, if you know you wanna go do your driver's license, you can call and make an appointment for 2 o'clock. Wouldn't you rather do that than come at 1 o'clock and there be 15 people ahead of you and you sit?
A lot of states do that appointment.
3 to 3 o'clock.
So, and we were only taking people that were expired, but now that she extended the proclamation, we'll open it up to whoever, so.
And then you'll put like a sign on the
Mhm.
window.
And if they call and we don't have anybody in there, Marcia will let them in, so, but it's just.
You don't want 10 people sitting in the hall waiting.
Yeah, and that's what it used to be. I mean, if you would come over, you would, especially after lunch, there would be 15 people sitting in the hallway waiting to get their driver's license, so.
So,
We'll see how it goes. If it doesn't
Yeah.
work, it doesn't work.
Julie was planning on being over there, you know, so.
But court's not resuming till
Court's not till July 15th.
jury,
No, wait.
September.
September on the.
I think it's even further.
I got, now,
Jury,
No, they
September.
changed it again. July.
it's
July.
July and September.
July and September.
Non-jury,
I am.
July, jury, September,
Oh,
but
maybe
that's,
I'm not gonna ask you how you know about court, but okay.
I'm up there a lot. I'm kidding.
So,
I guess the whole shutting down the courts thing is something I still can't understand. How suddenly we threw right to speed trial out the window.
Well, what if, I mean,
It's right there
are they
now.
gonna put barricades up so they can't get upstairs? I mean,
we're not. It's their floor. They don't like us to tell them what to do up there, so. They want you to roll up or something, and
Kind of there. Oh,
they're maybe.
well, help accommodate them, but
sometimes you gotta whip the bull.
So then, since we're opening up, will there be like more cleaning going on?
Yeah,
Handrails, chairs, because they'll be sitting in the chairs now, because we've been trying to keep people from sitting, at least we have, sitting in the chairs because. So.
you talk to Scott, I don't know, schedule that.
yeah, well, that's doing, I mean, I'll say to Josh, and Tristan. Get guidelines for,
So someone will be there 8 to 4:30, because that's what we'll be
at
open.
least the first week, yeah. So we can see how it goes and maintain everything and.
Just make sure something's not the way you like to let us know.
Yeah.
Our office can still be appointment only, that's all right. So,
You got a window right there at the front, somebody comes up.
so we'll keep it locked and the phones off for another week then.
Okay.
You thought we didn't hear that part, did you?
No, I'm just saying on a cell phone, if they're done set.
Yeah, we'll just trust our private cell phone now, that's no problem.
Well, my address.
And make it clear that it's 24-hour number.
Anytime you have a question.
You might get a
Mine is,
two-year-old
I don't know what it is,
that-
should be, if I get a 2-year-old, then it's not.
I was gonna say, it's Daddy, it's for you again. Calling my phone.
Oh, whoa, we have a trip hazard there?
Oh,
Easy does it.
just a suggestion, I gotta think of my right words here so I don't bury myself. Can somebody unlock the doors every morning, since somebody's gonna be in the building at 8 o'clock? Instead of one of us unlocking every door every day? Can I speak for you? Yeah. And at night, I'll just put it on the table. Every morning, every night.
Could you be a little more specific?
Can somebody besides us workers that are working in the courthouse, maintenance, there I go, I said it. Can maintenance open the door and lock the door? Here I go.
See, that's all I wanted, is a little more
Sorry.
specific. They know
Can
somebody
maintenance open and lock
wasn't sure. who
Monday
someone
through
was.
Friday, please?
Please.
And if you say no, then that's the way it is, no problem.
Oh, you gotta teach my kids that? Yeah, I don't have a problem with it. You guys have a problem with it? No.
You guys got it.
So let it be written, so let it be done.
I just say, I thought there was a problem with the closing, because some people say later, other people.
Well, we always should have somebody here. So, it's awkward, but
But even if it's locked at 4:30, there's still somebody here.
Yeah.
Get out.
You can get out.
yeah,
It'd be locked, nobody can get in.
it's not like it's a 20-minute job. It's
And that's the way it used to be.
Yes.
Right,
Yeah.
but there was an issue somehow, and that's when we switched, I thought.
I think it was
No,
just
the
when there was a
issue-
person gone, like when
You
there was
still
an
want the horsey
opening,
trail out
there was an
front
opening,
there.
that's when I took over for
Closure.
locking.
You've been locking that energy.
Yeah, that's because,
There was an open position, but then I think it was filled.
okay,
Yeah, because if we have people come after 4:30, like people will call us and say, I'm on my way, I need to renew. We'll say, yeah, we'll meet you, or call when you get here, and then we let them in.
Okay.
So,
Well, I prefer like an invisible shot fence, like stay away.
yeah.
Usually it's on Friday. So you will contact the maintenance people for Monday morning,
Is that a suggestion?
strongly, please. I'm gonna roll it in.
Sounds like she's telling me what to do, I'm not gonna lie.
I said just a suggestion.
I know what that goes through.
I was gonna say, exactly. Welcome to Mike's world.
You can do whatever you want to, but you better do it this way.
We're here to protect you, Mike, don't worry.
You got Mike's back.
We will unlock and lock the door so he doesn't suffer the wrath.
Does Mike do that at home?
No comment.
We have other stuff on the agenda.
Just want to pick on Sherry.
Let's go. We have loading for you.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Got that.
Oh, good to
We know that for a fact.
But
Union, 3% raise, July 1. The union has one more year on their contract, except for salaries. All that has to be debated is the salaries.
We've done that.
I need the paperwork, and actually, I submitted, my raise is supposed to be the same as the union. And you talked about it the one day that it was 3%, so I said, well, I still want the paperwork. I submitted mine and that's based off of 3%.
I haven't had the salary thing approved by the board yet, we're still waiting for a couple departments. I did everybody at 3% except for the sheriff and the attorney that was
So we need, yeah, so we don't have, yes, it's 3%.
We got better representation.
I'm my representation, no.
We don't have the contract signed yet.
I haven't even seen a contract.
when you get that union guy, which is that guy that didn't.
I was thinking Galloway said something about that. I mean, just not the stuff, but
Anyway, if I could have that, because
I don't have any, what do you
Right.
want for me?
nothing.
If I haven't-
No, all I was pointing to you is because what I submitted for me could be incorrect if it's not,
I have nothing to tell you this pressure.
could be incorrect.
3% right. 3% is right.
Huh?
3% is
And that's why I submitted what I did, but I would like it in writing.
so that.
I'll come and have that.
And I'm sending my Galloway email right now, I will copy you want.
Okay, have a good weekend.
Thank you.
Okay, the only thing I have is set date, time for canvas of the primary election. Again, I sent you guys an email about Liz using the boardroom on June 9th in the morning. Could we possibly canvass that afternoon due to any absentees that come in on the 8th that are post-marked on time, we still have to process. So that, if we do the afternoon of the 9th, that would give my office a little more time to get.
Say, right, give us a location, give us campus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
up to you guys.
Listen.
You have, what is it works legal for you?
Liz thought she would be done at 10, but if we could do noon, 1 o'clock.
Noon is great.
On
On the 9th.
Nine.
That's
What you saying?
Noon.
that's Tuesday, right?
We're doing it at noon?
We're still, nobody's like, that was the general consensus, but if that doesn't work, you probably. It works for you.
Make it work. You want one?
Short-handed that week.
Oh,
What would you rather do it later?
It's good.
we'll break donuts, that'll make it
Yeah.
Whoa, I keep going to.
happen. Just saying. Seriously.
Is there a time frame on doing this?
Yeah. That's it?
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
Jesus. Moved and seconded to adjourn, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
You're out of here. Go forth and conquer.
This one, next week's Sunday.
Yes. Absolutely will.
They ended up that last year.
I'm gonna leave. Have a good weekend.
Yeah.
Nice meeting you.
Good
Seeing everyone.
to see you.
Take care.
Give Emily a hard time for me.
I will. I always do.
You don't even tell her.
What's that?
You don't even tell her.
I do.
Do you?
She told me the other day, he's giving tomorrow crap out.
You told her?
Oh, she did.
That's a minute, I asked, I go, if you'd say anything or not. Did you get mad yet?
No.
Oh, good.
Bye.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, so
Thank you,
this,
guys.
I can leave all my garbage here for the.
Yes, it's just June 9th.
June 9th, you gotta have it out of there.
You're so hard to please, Kevin.
Please. Is that, is, oh, sorry.
There you go. How about you? Hi.
Yeah, questions.
This is okay.
I wonder,
So you go to the fairgrounds, and you think that's a job. You know, Ethan and I came down last night. And I go, I think they was telling me, I go, look on the side, let's get it scratched. You think they would? Yeah, I don't know. Perfect. Yeah, I think, right, box strike, I think just, I'll back track it and do it myself.
Yeah.
Do you have a box strike?
I do not.
Is that thing?
No, yeah, I'm glad, I did.
Would it work like that, like on the water ends, you could, would it smooth out like rut or not? Be a cluster? I'm trying to just, it's gonna go.
get in front of the mirror and tuck yourself in.
Well, I can't stand mirrors.
Well, how big one you look for?
Just about the kind of, what, I don't know,
My brother-in-law has one, I'm sure.
which is,
The other one might have died in my life.
maybe it's a thing.
Do you have any relatives up in Garrison?
Yeah, he's still in Garrison.
Very
If it's GAHRING.
There was a Gary welding company.
Machine shop.
Machine shop,
It's
that's.
John, it's John.
Is it?
Like that, yeah.
That's kind of,
I know, right?
two Johnny rings,
Yes.
That's John.
one is in a,
Hey. My great uncle Johnny. He's out of Genoa,
you're great uncle,
Huh?
you're great uncle Dale, he was great to me.
No, actually, I do have a great uncle Dale. He was grandpa's brother. Whom Dale is named after.
I was gonna get well, you there,
Really?
when the race was on around this clock,
Let's bring Mike up again.
it was a good shooting. Are you going across the street?
I will, yeah.
What do we do today?
Yeah, I'll go down and go like maintenance and go down and go.
I don't know, the big deal is them opening and closing themselves, I don't get it.
I don't, yeah.
But that's all it takes to make people happy.
Well, it's fine. Got big plans, Bruce?
Yeah, usual.
Sign up, sign up, sign up, sign up.
Talk to some more people on the side. I still got a few left. It's gonna run out right about this right time. A lot of them right now is just replacement, they're missing or they're damaged.
Waynesburg Street project,
What's that?
that Waynesburg Street project,
Oh my God.
which wasn't that gonna be a big deal until baseball season was back on.
Oh, they had to move a truck for me to leave my little cul-de-sac this morning.
They have to move all that stuff that's next to the baseball field back so they can have places for the kids.
Are they done putting all the stuff in here?
No, they gotta move everything. They gotta move it all the way back like to the MediaCom building.
Yeah, our little street with 4 or 5 houses has been pretty blocked off. They give us some escape route.
You know, that's what it is, because I called the go, I just found out that, you know, baseball, you usually have to make a path in the middle so people can like park behind you and that.
Plus, another thing, I figured, maybe they're just practicing now, but I think they're resume baseball and softball pretty soon, so I'll probably cover some of that.
June first, I think, was in practice this week.
Yeah, I figured they probably won't be in for a while. I used to.
No, it's
I
like
think a
10
week
days,
is
yeah,
all.
very long.
10 days. 'Cause I know a lot
Yeah,
of
it's
baseball
not
and
very
softball.
long.
For what I know of baseball, that's not long enough to get armed.
Oh,
Yeah, Angie's
I'm
always
afraid
having,
there's gonna be more injuries.
There'll be a lot more injuries and pitchers,
Angie's always having squat cover, so I'll have to pretty soon.
Unless they've been,
unless, you know, you're a pitcher and you stayed at home, and you still kept throwing.
Yeah, a lot of them
Yeah.
practice.
It takes you.
I
weeks to
don't,
get
did they
around.
have these, did they go ahead and have these private clubs, you know,
Some of
where
them
they
did.
would?
No, well, the travel stuff all got shut down.
Did it? Okay, I didn't know.
I see these minor leaguers and pitchers practicing in different training facilities and
Think
Because they should, like some
Right.
universities have football players, they were practicing this high school field, they kept getting kicked off of that.
Yeah.
They're in another week, because they couldn't be in a high school field. So they had to go to like public parks.
they showed a picture a few weeks ago of great football players in Des Moines. And they were just gathered together on the city street and they were picking up and raising tires above their heads and everything.
A lot of them
They just
set
got
up-
together informally, you
They
know.
set up their own
Yeah,
garage.
yeah, they set up their own little
Equipment.
thing, so they
It
could,
sounded like to me, they even got it from the university, some of them, didn't they?
I don't know.
I mean,
Des
it's
Moines,
just
so I don't know.
like, okay,
No, like a kid, though, you don't have school, you know.
Yeah.
There's gotta be a lot of activities that you want to do, you watch TV, yeah, watch TV.
So I think that's something to do for everybody. See you all, have a good weekend. Bye.
same to you.
I'll be here then.
At least the weather nice.
Oh, I gotta get ready for my,
Yeah.
sounds like I'm gonna have to leave the policy meeting because the president, vice president can't be there. I should ask her if she has a quorum. Do we have Mary Ron?
Who's the vice president, is it Catherine?